Hey there boys and girls, Dirty Walk 75 bringing you your F1 report here at the GLC. Yes, we're here to talk about Russia. We rocked it on Russia at the Sochi Autodrome. Yes, we did. 5.9 kilometres of chaos, action and fun. Yes, we did. And in case you didn't know, the first ever Russian Grand Prix was in 1914. Yes, it was, and it was abandoned due to the outbreak of World War One. There you go. Some information for you. Okie dokie, moving straight on to the practice. Now the practice was wet and wild. Yes, we had some rain for a change. Bit challenging, you know, drivers try to find the grip and try to put in a good lap time, which was increasingly hard considering it was raining and we haven't really seen much rain this season. Now the chances are the gods are in charge. We will see rain and we will see it on Monaco. It got mentioned on Wednesday and I think it'll probably be true. Something, you know, we're not lucky enough not to have, you know, Monaco's hard enough. Throw some rain in, it might even be snowing, you never know. But that's where we're at, and that's where we're sort of standing with the practice. It was not heavy rain, but you know, it was wet enough to cause a few dramas, but issues, and try to find the grip and try to get a decent lap time in. That's what practice is all about, isn't it? That's what it's there for. Now, before we move on to quali, quick announcement for you. We have a brand new driver who has signed up with the Toro Rosso team, Real Wastelander. He joined us on Wednesday. He's just joined the GLC and down straight into F1. Now, considering he doesn't really know anybody in the GLC, doesn't know anybody in the F1 league, he slotted in just fine. No dramas. It was as if, you know, he'd been there for the past few weeks. You know, it didn't cause any dramas whatsoever. So, Real Wastelander, welcome to GLC, welcome to the F1 league, and good luck for the rest of the season, because I think all of us are going to need it. I really do. There's some really technical tracks coming up, so keep your eyes out for them. So, moving on to the quali. Now, the quali was dry. Unlike the practice, the quali was dry. Now, the thing about the quali was everybody was getting some good lap times. They really were. Dry, loads of grip, apart from one driver. And that one driver was me. Yeah. I oversteered to the left, preparing for a right-hander on my opening lap. Wasn't even a hot lap, and managed to take off my front left wheel. So that was me, retired and started from the back of the grid. But hey ho, do you know, it is what it is. The quali was fast, it was feisty, and some really respectable times out there. I mean, the results from the quali are quite interesting. You've got Parch Monk, who pulled up in third, so well done to him. Zygon secured the second place in the qualification, and a name we've seen before, Binary. Yeah, he pulled the pole in the quali with a 1:37. So good times, you know. And to be honest with you, within the sort of top 4 or 5, the times were not far apart. They really weren't. It just goes to show how tight the racing is throughout. So that is the qualification. Moving swiftly on to the race. Now the race was definitely of interest this week, to the fact that it was Russia. Now we spoke about Russia last week, and it, you know, it proved its worth. It really did. We started out with 12 drivers on a dry track and finished with 8. Russia is a beast for your penalties. For cutting the corners where it's, you know, half a tyre width the wrong way, and you've got yourself a 3-second penalty. You go into a runoff area, which you think's a runoff area, and you pick up a 10-second penalty on your first time. They really are beastly with the penalties on Russia, and that's what makes it very technical, because you've got to watch your braking. Plenty of high-speed sections, but you've really got to brake in time to get yourself around that corner without you know, cutting or going wide, because it does smash on the penalties. Now, Maverick deserves a round of applause. Yes, he does, and the reason being, he managed, I mean, very impressive. He managed to knock up a penalty tally of 33 seconds in the race. How he wasn't disqualified, I don't know, but 33 seconds. So well done to Maverick on that. I think that's an achievement and a record so far in the season. I don't think anyone's got more than 33 seconds, so well done, chap. I'm sure you're proud of yourself. I'm sure you really are. The racing through it was very fast, and there was enough action within the race to keep everybody coming back for more, time and time again. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a little clip for you, have a look at the clip, and just have a look at some of the racing. You know what I mean? This sort of racing that was going on in Russia. Once you have a look at the clip, we'll come back and I'll finish up all the details and the results of the race as well. So, have a look at this, back in a second. See what I mean? Some really good driving there and some close driving. If you notice the approach some of the corners, some people are taking it quite, cautiously, not going too tight and not going too wide, try to stay in the middle of the track in the corners instead of hitting that apex and coming out nice and fast. But you've got to do what you need to do. If it's a case of getting through the race nice and clean and coming out, in one piece the other side, then that's what you do. Okay, that's what you do. Now, the very nature of this track cured, or say, fed its hunger for consuming drivers by a number of 4. Russia consumed 4 of the drivers on Wednesday. The drivers that managed to eat up were Merlin Mal, NUFC Adidas, who's done so well over the past few weeks, Superior Rain and Big Pizarm were all eaten by Russia in the form of crashing out. It's a track. It seems quite an aggressive track. To be chucking the car around the corners the way you do in Russia when you got walls that close, it's not a natural thing. Almost like Monaco, it's not a natural thing. when the track's that narrow, you know, every little movement is exaggerated. It's just the way it is. So it took out 4 drivers. Now the weird thing was, at the end of the race, the last sort of 4 laps, I think 3 laps, 4 laps, we had rain. With the same sort of rain that we'd had in practice. Now it's the first time we've actually had rain in a race. Now the weather's, you know, it's set to dynamic. I don't think it'll be the last of the weather we see. I'm interested in seeing whether we actually get some heavy rain in a race. Will it happen? I don't know. It will definitely make it interesting if it does. Because to be honest, when it's raining, those cars are they're beastly. Get that little twitch on the back end, and the old sphincter. It happens. I went to me a couple of times in the practice, and somebody was watching me. I think it was Mal or Superior Rain might have been watching me, or maybe the end of the race, and it commented on me rescuing the car, the back end going out. Just as you know, the wheels are spinning, trying to get traction, and as soon as it hits that power, it snaps on you. And if you're using a wheel, it's a lot harder than on the controller. But most of you will know that. But moving on, here we go. So in reverse order, okay, these are the podiums for the Russian Grand Prix. So in 3rd place, Parched Monk. Yeah, he rolled up, parked it nice and tidily in 3rd. So well done to the Monk. 2nd place, Loki. Loki pulled the 2nd. Wasn't really there on the qualifier, but he's managed to slot a 2nd when it actually counted in the race for the points. And a name we have seen again, 2nd win of the season, I believe, is Binary. He pulled a 1st. So congratulations on all 3 in making the podium slots for the Russian Grand Prix. And moving on to the constructors table. Now, at the moment, this is how it sits. And is it going to? I don't know if it's going to change. I really don't. We'll see. Okay. 1st place, Red Bull. Red Bull are holding the top of the table when it comes to constructors. Closely followed by Renault, and bringing up in 3rd place is McLaren. Yeah. So I think, you know, a bit of a battleground of constructors with them, and you know it will continue to be just the way it is. Now, looking forward to next week, Catalunya. We're off to Spain, off to sunny Spain, a classic track on many racing games, and it's definitely challenging on the F1 game. Penalties, I can see a few coming, especially at the chicane, which somebody mentioned on Wednesday. The chicanes are going to be interesting to see how much you can get your wheels over there and how much you can't. The thing with the chicane on that one is the curbs. The curbs are quite chunky, so it could throw a few people off. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. So, I'm Dirty165. I shall see you next week after Spain. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your week. See you soon.